Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Willie King KD back at you with another NBA 2K26 Myteam video. Now, the game hasn't dropped. We are taking a look at my guy, the HTB's video. He did get sent out to Community Day and got to play NBA 2K26 early, alright? Now, today we're getting Myteam videos. Tomorrow they're going to have builder videos. That's just, the dates that 2K allowed them to drop content. And, just not to have all the content out in one day, okay? So we're going to react to this video, but we also got some information here now. We're going to be looking at a couple of tweets. Most of them going to be from my boy Lethal 2K. Shout out to him for, tweeting these out. But in the beginning of 2K26, if you do play during early access, so if you're not playing on the 29th, you will not be able to get this. You get a whole Series 1 collection set, plus that set locks in for an Amethyst player. One of those 30 Amis will be a demon. All right here, my team, full Series 1 team selection. Okay, now, what does that mean? So right here, this is 2K25. This is the Series 1s. So boom, you choose a team. Boom, let's go Memphis. Boom, you're going to get this whole team right here. And now, is it crazy? No. But day one, you're going to want a team that has some solid players, right? You're probably going to, first off, you're either going to want a team with like a really good amount of rubies, that can help build out most of your team. Or you're going to want a team that's star-studded, all right? Which team has two amethysts? I don't think a team has two amethysts, honestly. But for example, the Bucks, Giannis. Giannis the dominant card for day one. The Lakers, boom. LeBron, there's AD's no longer on the team, but Luka. LeBron and Luka on the same team. LeBron and Luka. You're also going to have AR. You're going to have some other solid options as well. But you got to remember, the positions are going to be different. Like LeBron's going to be power forward. Luka's going to be small forward. But it's not going to really make a big difference, right? Some popular choice are going to be the Spurs because Wemby is going to be way higher than an Emerald. He's not going to be an Emerald this year. He's low-key going to be at least a Ruby, Amethyst. I mean, he's a 94 overall in Reg, so he's got to be an Amethyst. He's got to be an Amethyst. What else is going to be some really solid ones? You're going to have Levine and DeRozan. No more Fox here. Sabonis. See, the Kings might be a solid one because you get DeRozan, Levine, and Sabonis. And then you also got to remember the teams lock in for an Amethyst player. Now I feel like Malik Monk or even Keegan Murray can get a really solid card. And shit, we had an Amethyst Keon Ellis last year who could be a solid budget option as well. But now if you don't know what I'm talking about, we didn't have it in 2K25, but in 2K24 we had these lock in. So if you locked in a full Series 1 set, you're able to get these players here. So if you locked in the Orlando Magic, Paolo Banchero, Minnesota, you were getting Rudy Gobert, the Clippers, Westbrook, and so on. Some solid options here, and these are definitely some great cards for day one. The only set I think I locked in, like before endgame, was Andrew Wiggins, because obviously I had all the Warriors cards, and I actually enjoyed this card. He's pretty good for me. 76 3 ball. I feel like he had a higher 3 ball than that, but he was really good for me, and I'm really interested to see what the players are going to be, and also it's going to be Amethyst. And then they're probably going to have something similar to this. Don't mark my words on that. Don't quote me. All right. But hopefully we do see something like this, because that would be really cool. It'll make collecting the Series 1 cards worth it, because like right now you collect the Series 1 cards, collector level is useless, collecting the cards is useless. So 2K, that's one thing that I wanted them to, change. But I don't know if we're getting the collector level back, because they didn't really mention nothing about it. But I'm going to go for a team that's going to give you a good collector level player and also have at least a star. If there's no team that I really like the Spurs, I don't know. What I do the Spurs? I might do the Spurs. Like, if not, I'm probably going to do the Warriors just to get Steph. But actually, not. I don't know, bro. We're going to have to take a look at the Series 1 cards, see the whole team, because obviously you want a deep team as well, all right? You either want a deep team or one really good player, okay? Next thing right here, shout out to 2K Myteam, Intel Myteam Guru. Cards that were used on Community Day, not sure if these will be in future promos or they're just placeholders. Last year, they had something similar. Some of those cards turned into hidden gems, some of them weren't in the game, all right? Not gonna lie, the card art is mid. This is mid. Now, the card design has potential, but it just wasn't executed right now. I wasn't a big fan of it. Right? I wasn't a big fan of it. I personally think they should go back to the regular, rectangular, basic shape cards, because they were way better. But take a look right here. This does not look like an opal. This looks like a diet emerald, bro. It looks like an emerald. It literally looks like an emerald. It does not look like an opal. Like, I see this. It does not look like an opal. Here's the pink diamonds right here. Oh, that Caitlin Clark looks tough. I ain't gonna lie. Alright, that Caitlin Clark looks tough. The pink diamond, I'm messing with the pink diamond design a little bit more. Looks a little bit better. But that Caitlin Clark card, it's gonna be tough. Let me get pink diamond Caitlin Clark day one. It's gonna be scary. All right. Then we got Luka Doncic right here. Solid card right there. Anthony Edwards. And then right here, we got the diamonds. Look at this card is tough. Like, this is the best card in the game. Best card in the game, Diamond Steph Curry. All right, then we got Diamond LeBron and Diamond Sabrina. Now we're going to take a look. HTB is going to obviously get to use some of these cards. I think they get everybody a pack where you're able to pull one opal, one diamond, and then one pink diamond. So we'll see who he gets. And then also what do we have here? Yeah, all right, so top rep in the Myteam Park. Hold on. Oh, yo, what happened? Yo, okay. Let's go back to it. Where did it go? All right, so top rep player, you get ×5 rep NMT. Wait, so this if you beat the top rep player, or this if you are the top rep player? Because I feel like if you're the top rep player, this is the W idea, because it's gonna make people want to grind. And just think about it, like people that are grinding for the hoodie mellow, the goat hoodie mellow, this is gonna be way better. Like, it's gonna be much easier grind. Well, not much either, because it's still a crazy grind. But if you imagine you're in the park, you grind in the park, you have 5 times rep, not double rep, not triple rep, not quadruple, 5 times rep, and then 5 times MT. You'll be able to print MT as well as getting a lot of rep. Let's close out of that. It's gonna be pretty cool. Right here, you earn VC for breaking win streaks. Now this is something I feel like they're gonna move. So they talked about streak busters. We talked about it in the past. Now you see this court is only 5-game streak. It says you get 2,000 VC if broken. Now, here's my thing. Are they gonna have this in the regular micro park? Because if so, I think they'll probably have this. I think in my team they're gonna change it to MT. There's literally no world where I see my team or 2K allowing you to get VC in my team. Like, that's too nice. That's too nice. I know it's only 2,000 VC, but obviously the bigger the win streak, the bigger the prize, the bigger the reward. But if we get more VC throughout my team, that would be a W. So I'm not gonna expect it, because they said nothing is final. The rewards are not final. So if you don't see the VC when you hop on 2K, don't get mad. All right, don't get mad, because 2K is definitely the type of company to move it. All right. See, was there anything else that I wanted to show you guys? Hold on, let's pull it up, the NBA 2K Myteam community. Hold up. Most recent. There's someone at 2K who said, I think we should have to green our rebounds. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at my boy HTB's video here. Let's get to it, man. Yes, sir.
I got the chance to play NBA 2K26 Myteam early. Let's talk about it. First off, I do want to give a big shout out to
HTB, man.
Flying your boy out to Community Day in the first place. I definitely don't take these opportunities for granted, and they also would definitely not happen if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you. With no time to waste, we jumped into the mode available.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be pausing a lot because I obviously want to see all the details and everything in the video. So this is when you first load in. It's gonna be like, do you want to skip everything or do you want a tutorial and everything? But here's a look at some of the cores. You got some Sapphire WNBA cores, a Josh Smith, a Moses Malone. Maybe you'll be able to get some of these cards for free. Maybe we're gonna have like maybe they're gonna be the Evo cards or the welcome players or something of that nature. Not gonna lie, I might want that Sabrina, bro. I might take that Sabrina. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sabrina might be on my team.
Now, while 2K did say the cards we used,
when you first join, you get to pick 2 cards. So we already seen this. You get this option pack free agent cards. You get to use them for 25 games only. I see everybody's gonna, likely go Wemby and Luka. I mean, they're not gonna want to go with the WNBA players.
Trend is last year where the free agent cards carried over. The easy decision here is going to be the free agent Victor Wembanyama, and then whoever else you want to choose. A lot of people are probably going to choose Luka if they're not too familiar with the WNBA players. But trust me when I say them WNBA players, they are nice in my team, and y'all.
Nah, I seen that Caitlin Clark hooping, bro. I seen that Caitlin Clark. Well,
nonetheless, we jump into the new player card review.
Dude, this is actually tough. I like this. I didn't think when you press view the core, I didn't think it was gonna show like this.
To the Myteam mode. Does it affect gameplay or how you make MT and stuff? No, but I definitely like the display of the attributes, the badges. They added some new stuff on the stats where for those of you guys like me who will not be touching grass for the first while can see how many points you accumulated, how many threes you've knocked down, how many minutes you've spent playing with that card.
Dude, this is actually pretty cool. I like this feature. You get a more detailed, more I mean, we obviously already had this, but it's like it's just like a UI thing. It's like a UI thing. It feels pretty
This
cool.
is a good thing for me to see or a bad thing, but I think the best part about this new player card view is when it comes down to comparing cards.
Facts.
Not only are you going to
Comparing cards is way better like this.
now,
You can see both players, see everything on the same screen. Like when you were comparing it,
especially when you're comparing like
you had to look at
at
only a few things at a time.
Upgrade when one has more Hall of Fame badges, you're going to be able to directly see now what badges got upgraded, because things aren't being moved around up and down based on if they're Hall of Fame or not. Everything is laid out and compared directly side to side, so you'll be able to see exactly what badges are being upgraded from the original card, which I think is pretty dope. They loaded me into the shop, so you know I had to check out the pack market. Similar to last year, we had access to packs with different tiers. With the
Look at Curry, man.
LeBron,
Diamond Curry.
Curry, Sabrina Ionescu. We get to the
And John Paul Jones. Oh,
Diamonds,
there's
we had that
another
season,
player.
and Caitlin Clark. That is a name you don't want to forget because she is so tough in my team.
Lisa Thomas.
See later on in the video. Opals, we got the cover athlete Shea. We got the horse lover Nikola Jokic.
Brianna Stewart.
Aja Wilson, which ended up being a much better card than I would have ever anticipated.
And so these are the
for a
packs they actually
6-7.
got.
Now, I think we can all agree that 2K25 had the worst pack animation since animations have been introduced to packs, but in 26, they've made a comeback. Starting with the glow, it's looking like they put much more effort.
Not gonna lie, I don't know about this glow. How do you feel about this glow? I feel like the glow, I feel like it should be shaken. I feel like it should shake. Like, it's glowing, but I don't know, it just feels simple, feels basic. I don't know. I mean, it looks cool, but it's not like anything that will hype you up. Oh, this is nice. This walkout nice. Okay. Okay. I like how you can't really tell who the player is right now. You get, and then boom, like that. LeBron. Yes, sir. Hey, hey, if that was me, that would have been James Worthy. If that was me, oh God, that was James Worthy right there. LeBron. Boop, 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 boop. This is way better. Whoever, yeah. Last year's walkout, it wasn't even a walkout. Last year's, forget it. Last year's just when you pulled a player, absolutely trash.
That was a good
Trash.
idea, but thanks for changing it.
Thank goodness they moved
See
it.
that cursed no MT logo from 2K24.
No
and I'm
MT
here to
logo.
reassure you it was meant to be a non-auctionable logo, and it will be fixed for when the game drops. The auction house is still in 2K26. We're not going back to that 2K24 stuff. Now they also had
making sure.
double walkout pack.
Double
This is a
walkout?
scenario where there is 2 players within
Yo,
the
I seen there was
packs
like
that you
5
open
platforms.
this
I want to
set
see
to
how you're gonna
walkout
pull 5 players.
2K25. Now there's gonna be a separate
I think the 5-player walkout is for, like, you know, the 75k VC pack where you're able to pull 5 players, and it's like 1 guaranteed or 2 guaranteed, maybe amethyst or higher, and then the other ones are kind of, you know, just random. I feel like that's what it's for.
Start off with a regular walkout, and
Okay.
at the very end, 2 players or
Brianna
more
Stewart.
will pop up.
Oh,
They'll have their
look
own
at Curry,
celebration.
man.
In this case, it was the 91,
Okay.
and then boom, both cards show up. So very similar to the regular
Young
pack
Lights,
opening,
I think this is pretty
just with a
cool
bit more pizzazz
for when you
on
have
it.
2
There
cards,
was
because, like, I
also
feel like when you're
another
pulling
pack
2
I did
shakes
open that had
and it's the hidden gem card and you gotta
rock,
watch
paper,
the animations,
scissors, so that was pretty
crazy.
cool. Then we get our first look at Sunset City Park.
Oh, yeah, this
Ignite,
park is
and
tough.
man, it looks nice. Not
So,
that that
I
was
like
a
that.
concern, because the park looked great in 2K25.
I like this
The biggest
part.
issue is how playable is it going to be with the servers and the lag and everything, because like I said, regardless of how good something looks, it all comes down to the playability. So as long as the servers are smooth, I think we'll be in for a good time. You're still able to open packs to show everyone.
so it's
this time
the
it's not a
billboard right here?
though. It's going to be a display truck, and then that right there is going to be the 5v5 all-star team-up co-op portal, but more on that later. As far as the park layout goes,
Damn, I want to see what they're gonna pull.
2v2 courts at the very top. Then
Okay, so right there you see the top rep player, 5-time rep, 5 times MT.
3v3 courts with one of them being a no squad, and then we got 4 regular 1v1.
Oh, hold on,
3 3v3 courts with one of them being a no squad, and then we got 4.
I like that. 3v3 cores. One of them is a no squad. Like, I hated when it was 2 no squads. I feel like, actually, I don't know. One is cool. I think one is cool. I think one is cool.
Unfortunately, there was no sign of what looks like is going to be TTO matchmaking once again in 2K26, which makes me
Unfortunately.
sad. I can only pray that is going to be in 2K26's final product as a surprise, but honestly, I doubt it. But now it's time to get into that hoops product, which makes no sense. And then we got 4 regular top. Then we got 3 3v3 courts with one of them being a no squad, and then 2 courts at portal. But more on that later. As far as the park layout goes, we got the brand new 2v2 courts at the very top. Then we got
so we have 2 2v2 cores.
3 3v3 courts with one of them. being a no squad.
So 3v3s right here. 1, 2, 3. And then these ones right here, these 3 are one-on-one. So last year we had 9 courts. It was 9 of them. So this year we have 6, 7. Yeah, I didn't. Alright.
And then we got 4
9.
regular
Or no.
1v1 TTO courts.
Yeah, 9.
Unfortunately,
It's 9
there was
again,
no sign
but we
of
have
what looks
2v2s
like
now.
It's going to be TTO matchmaking one. 2K26's final product as the TTO Park in the first. But honestly, I doubt it. But now it's time to get into that hoop session in the TTO Park. And the first thing I noticed,
oh, this is a nice animation. I like that. I like that. Oh, this is tough right here.
Player intros, which I think
this is dope.
I started to notice the big differences is when we got to the gameplay. And listen,
that's a slow jumper right there.
Gameplay expert. I'm not a pro. Y'all can watch all the X2K League players. Y'all can watch Joe Knows. I'm sure they've got a lot more analysis.
Right here, the stat board. Not gonna lie, I'm not messing with this. It's too small. It's too small. Everything's squished together. Also, let me move my face cam this way. Alright, I'm not messing with this right here. Everything's too close to each other. You got the points, the rebound, assists. I feel like it should just be points, rebound, assist, and then maybe one more stat. But they're showing like the grades of different things. Right here, the old scoreboard is back. We had like the long scoreboard, the one that goes across the bottom for like, what was it, 3 years maybe or 2 years? But yeah, this is back.
But the biggest thing that I noticed off the bat is the game speed has really picked up in this game. I know they said they only increased it by like 10%, but man, was it a noticeable 10%, and I mean that in a good way. Usually every time
and the Edwards, man,
again, it feels slower. Part of that is because we've been playing with
99 that's that new meter right there.
Towards the end of the year, but even with that this year, I noticed the difference going into 2K26, and it was good.
Yo, hold on. Nice. Yo.
I noticed the difference.
How's the shot going in? How is this a green? With the tempo shot too. Yo, so if you green the tempo, you don't have to green the meter? So if you green the tempo shot, you don't have to time the shot. Yo, I'm interested to see how this is gonna work. So, do you need to tempo shoot? What's the point of tempo shooting if the meter's on?
Feels nice.
Hey, I gotta see the game for myself.
It honestly feels the same as 2K25, if not worse. And I don't mean to say that in a negative way. More so, I think it's the result of now having a pure green window that's really gonna punish people that aren't playing like a great defense. And speaking of the pure green window, I absolutely love that it's gonna be in 2K26, but 2K is also gonna have to be cracking down on cheaters, people with Zens and whatnot, because it is going to be the make or break between being one of the most fun 2Ks and being one of the most cheater-filled 2Ks ever.
Facts.
Most of y'all know rhythm shooting was introduced in 2K25 and it's back in 2K26.
Okay, that's the green right there, right?
It's not going to be nearly as powerful as it was in 2K25, so they say at least. I honestly think it is still going to have the advantage over the square shooting. While square shooting is looking like it's going to be quite effective in 2K26, the thing about rhythm shooting.
Now, what y'all doing this year? Y'all square shooting or y'all tempo shooting?
And I don't know how that's going to work when it eventually comes to the King of the Court competitive mode, where you purely have to green in order to make a shot. But essentially, in 2K25, you had to green both the tempo and the timing. And in 2K26, it looks like you only have to green one of the two in order to make a shot. It actually looks like it.
You're not gonna lie. So some shots that I was missing in 2K25, like when it says great tempo, but slightly late or slightly early, they're going in this year. They're going in this year, as long as you green one thing, either green the timing or green the tempo. That's interesting. I don't know if that's a W or no.
Your tempo than it is on timing your timing. And it also feels like the cue for the rhythm shooting is a bit earlier than before. Granted, I was not able to adjust my jump shot timing whatsoever in the Myteam Park because there was no setting. People that were in play now and people that were in their My Players were able to do so, but I believe I was playing.
Oh, look at Curry, man. Oh, look at Curry, man.
Because I am usually a set point player. Nonetheless, it still feels like rhythm shooting is going to have that edge because you're going to be able to green like that. So it's like you're greening a white at the same time. It was kind of confusing. I also decided to go ahead and test that new L2 shooting feature, and I think it is going to be awesome for poppers and players with slower jumpers. The way it works is if you're holding L2 before the player receives the pass, it is then going to speed up their jump shot by skipping the dip animation.
L2.
So as soon as they catch it, they're going immediately into the shot, JJ Redick, Ray Allen style, and I decided to go ahead and test it side by side. I did it with LeBron James with and without the L2, and it makes milliseconds of a difference. which is like the difference between a jump shot being on quick or very quick. So while visually it might not look like it's going to be that much time, when you are playing the game,
it's gonna be faster.
makes it
yes.
so tough. I did it a couple times.
I'm gonna be using that a lot. I'm gonna be using that a lot.
My time is L2 because it was too quick. But people that are going to be able to get that down, I think it's going to make a significant difference in offense.
So for players with quick jumpers, it's probably not gonna be that good.
Now I do want to mention, out of all the cards I was using
what I'm hearing.
Day, my favorite ones were the pink diamond Caitlin Clark and the diamond Steph Curry. A lot of the cards were great.
Look at that.
Cards, I was just having so
pink diamond
fun with,
Caitlin Clark
and
Steph Curry, bro.
I really wanted to see how WNBA players were going to be able to hang with the giant NBA players on the court. And man, Clark had no issues. Not only did she have some of the best movements on the game, down to her dribbling, her movement speed, she also had one of the best, if not the best and easiest jumper to green at Calm Day. I really hope this is the case with a lot of
oh my goodness, Caitlin Clark going crazy, bro.
Just equipped with a ton of great animations to make up for their size. One thing's for sure though, man, I am looking forward
now let that the meter bothers me, like when he's greening the tempo.
Look at the Streak Busters reward system in TTO Park. This guy right here is on a
5-game win streak.
And if you manage to beat him,
2000 VC.
2000 VC. The reward gets bigger as his streak gets longer. Pause on that, I think. I don't know. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm personally a fan of this, and I will be incentivized to destroy any of y'all that are streaking in the TTO Park. The main concern is really going to be, will the reward system continue to stay updated throughout the course of the whole year? Because if it does, I think the potential in that is awesome, and people are going to have a ton of fun trying to end people's streaks in the park. So, it's cool. I then got a chance to jump into the new 2v2 courts with my boy Killsmoy, and man, it was a blast. Very similar to the city and the 2v2 layout of that. The only difference I noticed with the park and TTO Park is that when you scored in TTO Park, you get to keep the ball.
Hey, this is a W.
With keep. So if you start winning
ball,
you can 21-0 someone pretty quickly, but at the same time, if you let someone score, that might have been the last time you would have gotten your hands on the ball. And there was definitely some situations where that happened to me, and it was humbling. I'm not sure if that is going to be the final case.
This is gonna make games quick. 2v2s might be the mode. 2v2s might be the mode, might be the way.
Very interesting. Let me know how y'all feel about that. I kind of like it so far, except for if you run into, you know, two centers and they run the court for like 2 hours and it's GG's. But at the same time, if you cook with Curry and you never have to worry about playing defense with Curry, that's also GG's. Next up, I had to jump into a new mode I was personally excited
All-Star Teamup. I didn't know they played All-Star Teamup.
Exciting modes in my team this year, and that is the 5v5 All-Star Teamup. You can get to it by either walking through a portal in the TTO Park or in the Myteam menu that was not available to us, but it works very similarly to Rec, where you can walk in and you can solo queue, or you can jump in with a squad of 5 and then hop into a game. And the first thing I did notice was that court is
first look at the
small.
court. Yo, this is a clutch time court.
And I don't know if it's the camera angle or
Yo,
what,
y'all could bring the clutch time court. Just bring back clutch time online, bro. Like, y'all still using everything for clutch time. I have clutch time offline on the breakout board. You're using their court, their stadium, but you can't bring back clutch time online? Like, bro, be for real.
Definitely looks small to me, and
look at Curry, man.
Again, it still looks small. We definitely need
the court does look small.
In that, otherwise things are going to start to get crazy throughout the year, and it's just going to be lane steal heaven on that mode. I do like that it's 6-minute halves though, because the games definitely go by quick, but yeah, that court definitely needs to be bigger. Now, overall, what we got to test out with the Myteam mode, while it was very limited, I'm feeling pretty good about. There is still the obvious concerns, such as the TTO lacking matchmaking. I think what they could have done is added a portal similar to what they're doing with the 5v5 All-Star Team to be able to walk into and just queue up a quick TTO game, because not everybody has the time to sit around for 10 minutes to then play a game. And then, God forbid, you lose, and you got to sit around for another 10 minutes while you wait for another game, or if you load up into an empty
That's one thing that I would want them to bring back.
You want to be able to optimize it so that people are able to play your game as much as possible and not sitting around brainlessly. And speaking of sitting around, while I didn't get to see the auction house, I'm really hoping that whole waiting in the auction house is not a thing, because that escrow was definitely not fun in 2K25. The other concern is things I've mentioned before, such as the servers. As long as the servers are running smoothly, I think TTO Park is going to be a good time. The problem is, in 2K25, more times than not, there was a lot of server issues that either affected a lot of people's streaks or the overall gameplay vibe of the game. And the gameplay itself is fun. I like the speed, but it's going to come down to whether people can actually enjoy it. And then, of course, the reward system throughout the year. While the rewards did look good at times in 2K25, overall they were fairly lackluster, so I hope that is something they heavily considered.
No, I'm not messing with the glow. I'm not messing with the glow on the cards. Like, it should be way better. But this is interesting.
We're just there to get early
I like the walkouts.
And have a good
I like the
time
walkouts.
as creators, which I definitely did, but I can't help but also be able to voice things for the community. I do wish I got a chance to test out some more of the newer stuff that they're talked about in my team, such as the game changer cards, the new coach system, maybe take a look at the new breakout just to see what the rewards might look like, or even see that new Myteam arena as well as the victory cards. But overall, I can't help but be
Gonna be it. Hey, shout out HTB for the video. Make sure I go check it out. I'm gonna have his link in the description below or in the comments. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about this. We got a first look at Myteam. We looked at Myteam product, looked at the packs, the walkouts. We looked at the glow, the animation. We seen some all-star team up. They have a clutch time court. The court looks small, but 6.5 is gonna be interesting. 2v2 courts. What was it? One. Only one. It was like 9 courts. Yeah, it was 9 courts. 2v2s. They had 3 3v3 online, 3v3 like 1v1s, and there was another court. I forgot what that last court was when he showed the courts. Alright, right here. Okay, this one. Wait, so I think it's 4 1v1s. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so 4 1v1s. 4 1v1, 3v3s. But this one just isolated. I thought it was something different. Alright. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about this. Are you guys ready for 2K26 Myteam? Not gonna lie, it looks interesting. It looks interesting, but I'm not gonna hype it up. I'm not gonna hype it up. I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm so excited for the game. I mean, yeah, I want to try the game out, but I'm not gonna hype it up. I'm not. I can't hype it up until I try it, until we see the rewards. There's some more things we gotta see. Like HTB said, we gotta see the auction house. Are they still gonna have the 30-minute wait to get your card that you bought for 5K MT? Then want to see the rewards. How you getting rewarded in the breakout gauntlet? How much you're getting rewarded in the online modes? Showdown. Is it still called Showdown? I think it is. I want to see the new Showdown reward that they're talking about. I want to see all of those. I want to see the rep rewards. It's all that stuff. But hey, 7 more days. August 29th. We're gonna have all the information you're gonna need on this channel. So make sure you guys sub up. Other than that, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.